Still running skeleton crew. There's old Mac. He's still at it, working his fingers to the bone. Yeah. Still shooting videos. Yep. They used to call him Whitey, and he hated that. Nobody said nothing about it. But hey, anyways, this is like the first cool day in forever here in the shop. So it was, I've been trying to keep busy, and the poor baby, she's been over here, but it's a good thing. So the shop has been getting organized and cleaned, and I built this right here over the summer. The bottom part was the leaf for my mom's dining room table, and the top part here is some mahogany that I had from a cabinet job that I did for a guy, and it's a story. So the whole unit has a story, and so it's a bass guitar, and I don't know, it just it kind of built itself, and I don't know how to play. I know nothing about whatever, but and then the piece that I had left over, I built a guitar stool so you could sit on it and play, and then slowly getting the components to go along with it to do what you got to do. I'm very, very happy with it, and it's built after in a Fender guitar Stratocaster, I guess, whatever. But it is a precision bass guitar, and the whole guitar is built to go in conjunction with the Chevelle. So it will eventually it will get tied in to the Chevelle, and I'll show you the case. This is the guitar case right here. Work in progress still, but it'll get the black or the 2x4s around, and it'll look like a crate, like a shipping crate that you would get from GM, General Motors, and it's going to be a rare guitar, 1966 Malibu Caster or something. I don't know. I haven't figured out all the fine details, but so there's that. And I went to Harbor Freight, gosh, forever ago, and ordered a toolbox to complement these toolboxes. And my gosh, you know, I'm still waiting on it. And so they're telling me the 22nd of this month. And that, I think with that, I'll be done with, because you gotta be organized, and I'm almost there. So that's that. And everything's on wheels. I have holes in the floor right here for because the weather's getting cooler now, and I can open the door. And I have this electric winch right here, and I built this plate for it. And what I do is I bolt that winch down on the floor right there, run my cables to the car, and then I have you probably can't see it on the camera, but that's coming out is, it's so severe that I had to build these ramps just to get the Chevelle out. And so this way, because my water hose, because it's wet sanding time, I guess is what I'm getting at. And so my water hose is right there, and so I'll have the hose. So my thought is I could just, you know, put the ass in right there, push her out, do my wet sanding for the day, and then at the end of the day, just wheel her back in the shop, and you're good to go. And so that's that. And then I'll do that, and I'll wet sand on this puppy until it's right, or it's too cold to wet sand, or whichever comes first. And that's my plan. And it takes a long time for it to get pretty cold around here when the weather gets nice. So that might be a good thing, that might be a bad thing, I don't know. So yeah. But you know what? Hey, it's a plan, you know? You know what I always say? I always say, plan your work and work your plan. Okay? So that's what we be doing. And I've been battling with the door jambs, painting the door jambs on this thing, which they're ready. I did the purple scuff pads that Mr. Michael Briscoe suggested, and they're ready. They were even wiped down, and they're ready to shoot. But my only hesitancy was because this is base coat, clear coat, if I shot in here and I got clear coat out here, what would happen when I go ready to put the paint on? And then, because I'm not a painter, you know, now I'm going to have a mess. I'm going to have that curled up crap stuff that we've all seen. And so, you know, dude, you're going to be sanding the damn thing anyway. So you're going to be sanding all that shit off. So now I get it. So, so there's that. And then I also have the loose components. There I go with that stupid finger. So I have the cow piece here. I got the two fenders. I even thought, well, maybe I need to put those on the car. Well, no, because I want the radiator support to be black, and I want it to tie in, and I want all this shit to be red. I don't want this to be this is how I want it to tie in. This is all red. So that's that. So it's planned, like I said, it's planned. So, and yeah, blew the belt on the swamp cooler. Gosh, I don't know, it's been, 2 weeks ago, and it was hella hot. Getting its last licks in, I guess, and blew the belt. And it's at the end of the season here, in the big box stores here, they don't stock swamp cooler stuff, you know, because hey, we gotta get Santa Claus on the shelf, you know, because they gotta get that dollar. And I said, man, I'm never gonna find a swamp cooler belt at the end of our season. And I've got a box over here, you know, for my automotive stuff, and it's, you know, boom, belts. Nah, nada, nothing. And a Chevy, you know, a Chevy alternator belt is pretty darn close, but it just won't do the do. So I was lucky enough. Lowe's still had them; they hadn't wiped them off the shelf yet, and so I got that back up. So, man, right now with that thing going, it is so nice in here, guys. I don't know. Let's look. Let's take a look. That's 80 freaking degrees. That's, I don't know, 78, 79. I mean, come on. Get out of here. That's like, and it's, you know, 10, 15 or so. So, and I can work 100 degrees or below, and I'm your all-day sucker. But 101, write me off. So enough about that. So let's see. Oh, so and I also have this other swamp cooler that I shove in the hole, you know, in the hot, and I don't even have it on today. So that's part of the reason for this video, because you can hear me talk, because I don't have that running, and I don't have all the fans on, because I take the moisture from those two things because it creates the humidity, and then I take these fans and then have them circulate with the hot air up there, and it's kind of like an air conditioner. So but I have that one off, and so I'm looking forward to rolling it over and putting it on the house, and turning the AC off in the house for a little bit. So it's that time of year where you can do that and get away with it, and give the AC units, because I have two of them over there, and give them a break, because they've been running with their tongue hanging out for 4 months now. So, but anywho, that's where we are at. Oh, my new squirrel, you know, is pedals, a pedal board. Oh, I built a bass guitar, so now I need a pedal board, and so I don't have any pedals, and so I started. So I got another pedal ordered. Then well, hey, you got to have a pedal board. So I started looking, and I'm trying to get rid of all the wood, you know, because if you're a woodworker, you hoard wood like there's no tomorrow. And there's no other woodworkers in my family, and I don't want to leave a bunch of freaking firewood in here. And so I've got everything kind of whittled down to just this, and there's not enough in here for me to build a true pedal board. And so, and like I said, everything that I build it with a story. And like I said, the guitar body and the same as that seat is the leaf that went in my mom's dining room table. And our house burnt down twice, and that was the original leaf. And for some reason, it was in the trunk of my dad's car, and so that was just so. That's why I used it, and I didn't. I just left the back of it the way that it was when it was the table. So. Sorry. So that's that. So yeah. Let's walk outside real quick. The pool's doing great. The new Robo Cleaner that I got. Man, that one kid at the pool place, he was honest with me. I was going to buy this real expensive one, and he goes, "No, you don't want that one. You want this one over here." And it was like $1,600 cheaper. And man, I respected the honesty. And you know what? I let the company know that they had an honest employee, and that's what you need to do, man. So yeah, and I think this is year 2 on the electric on the Craftsman, and man, it's okay. It's I like it. I mean, I'm getting older, and that thing is yeah, I like it. You don't like the tall stuff, and you don't like the wet stuff, but yeah. So all the Craftsman stuff so far has been pretty decent. Got to oil it and do stuff like. Most people don't realize that, and they don't know that. You need to sharpen. If you buy a knife, sharpen the damn thing. They expect it to be sharp. It's not. So yeah, the apples this year. I mean, I did trim the apple trees more this year. Or actually, I should say I did an attempt. Because I never did before, because I never knew what I was doing. Well, nothing's getting solved by not doing it, and so I just started chopping. And we gave her some water, so we're still getting apples. And you see, they drop when the wind blows. I won't pick them off the tree, because I don't know how to do it. I think you're supposed to twist them or whatever, and I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do. So I wait till they drop, and it's about all Karen can deal with anyways. And I usually get about 9 or 10 of those apples a day, and this thing is it's loaded with them. I mean, you have to kind of look really hard. Let me shine the camera right into the sunlight, but yeah. And then I take the ones that are a little soury, and I throw them in that little witch's brew pot right there, and then I'll just turn that into whatever they call organic stuff, and then I'll bring it over here, and I'll put it in the tea bucket, and then that's where we'll plant our tea. Ain't that right, Donald? So anyways, oh yeah, I finally got a new battery for my Chevy. I just got to bring it in here now that it's not 2,000 freaking degrees, because this door faces that's south, and well, you know, like I said, it's, you know, the sun's just right there, so you open this freaking door and you just get fried. So and right now I have the Chevelle battery is in my truck, and this is the battery that goes in my truck, and so yeah, so I could probably put the Chevelle battery in the car and drive it back and forth instead of hooking the thing up back here, but I need to mask, you know, I need to mask all this other areas off, and, you know, starting the engine up and everything. And I don't like having a live battery, you know, where I can't get access to it. So that's that. So yeah. One other thing that I did do is hung a couple more metal signs up. I had this one here, the Virginia Slims. That's a metal sign, and I was using it over here as a backstop, and this was where I used to do paint, you know, spray rattle can. This was my, or is, still is, where I did my paint and stuff. And so I cleaned her up, put her up there, kind of straightened this area up a little bit. And then these cabinets, I built these display cabinets a while ago, and every year I add a little bit more to them. And so this year I hung this door, and to where it opens, and you know, the hooks that held the hammers were too long, and so I put those in the brake, bent them up, and so now all I got left is this one here. The hinges are on it. They're mortised in on this side. I have to mortise cement on the box, but in order to do that, I have to take all those planes down to do that. And so the plan is, because I need to put a finish on all of these, and so I have that being the last box, when I have whatever finish I'm going to put on them, and which I don't know what it is yet. I'll probably just paint them. I don't know. Well, that's the last box. When I have it down and empty and everything, I'll hang that door, get it fit, do the finish, and then get my glass cut, and then set the glass, and then be done with them, and then hang them. And they're hung on what we call French cleats. So that'll be that project. And you know, everything I do is a running project. So that way, you know, I'm waiting on paint to dry over here, or whatever, or get burned out on wet sanding. You know, you come over. I try to do 3 things a day. That's what I try to do. So yeah. And oh, here's another one. You know, I have pictures of my grandparents and whatever. I just didn't know what to do with them, because nobody I know knows these people. And this is a picture that my mother painted in like high school or something. And this was a frame that, this is how it came, was this picture. And the reason why the mountains are purple was because there was her Purple Mountains Majesty or something like that. and this is parents or relatives, you know, and what am I going to do with this, you know? So anyways, I'm just going to make a collage, you know, and bury it in resin. You know, I'll just, you know, this isn't the final thing, you know, and you know, I kind of would like to. This is my grandfather McPherson, and I'd kind of like to elevate him up. He was involved in this thing right here, the B2, I think that is what that thing is. Yeah. So pretty cool stuff. So you know, it's a running project. You know, it might get it just gets compiled right here, and then I'll, you know, it'll get shuffled over there. And oh, I had this old Craftsman drill press, and the motor head and everything was junk because the guy had it and it fell over in the back of his truck, and when it did, it bent the armature up here. Well, when you do that to a drill press, it's junk. And so he sold it to me, unbeknownst to me. He sold it to me. He said, "Oh yeah, it runs great," but it didn't have a chuck in it. And so I ordered a new chuck, and actually I believe it was this chuck, and it was $100 for the chuck. It was a Jacobs chuck, and I paid him $100 for the drill press. So I had $200 in it. Boom! I shoved the chuck in it, started it up, and the damn arbor is bent in it. So it was a useless piece of shit. So I was pretty pissed about it. But anyways, I salvaged the motor and whatever, and of course I salvaged this, and so anyways, this is what I come up with. You know, it's like, this is on loan from a friend of mine, and like a miniature drilling station. You know, it's like, you know, got me a little vise here, and you know, and a little, you know, and then and this is the numbered bits, and what, you know, I've had this, you know, it's a Harbor Freight set, and and I've had it for a while, and it's bailed my ass out a number of times, but I've got to give this back to the guy. I'm storing it for him, but I want to get one of those old school, because I have them. I have the Black & Decker. That's another one of these guys, but it's all aluminum and it's smaller. And but they used to make like a drill press add-on thing. You know, you could take that, you could take that and you could strap it into a drill press, and so that's what I want to get. And then I will display this and that stuff all over there, and use it as well as this Roto Zip thing that I've hardly ever used. And I might even take my Dremel tool setup. I thought this would work out for me over here. That's why I put that light right there and everything. But I don't really like it. Oh, it's in the back of the shop, and in case there's a spark or whatever. I guess I don't really know why I don't like it there, but I don't like it there. So yeah, so all right, well, hey, I guess that's enough rambling on. So hope you guys enjoyed it, man. Later.